Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I am Justin the Movie Man, and in this channel we talk about all things movies, all things TV shows, all things cinema. So if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel and hit this like button and comment down below your thoughts on this episode, because today we are talking about The Boys Season 5, Episode 5. And this episode was absolutely insane. I'm going to go through like the major moments in this episode. Maybe I'll cover some things you might have missed. And I'm just gonna give my opinions on like what actually happened in the show, how I'm feeling about this. I got my Homelander little Funko Pop right here, and I am ready to go. So we're gonna start right into this. The first thing that happens, and we've seen this all throughout this season, really the whole show, but especially this season, is Homelander has this like idea that he wants to be immortal because he wants the V1 serum that like Soldier Boy has and all the original Supes have, so he can live forever. And he has this like god complex where he literally wants to be not even a god, but he wants to be God, which is like absolutely insane. And everyone around him knows this is insane. No one wants to actually treat this seriously, but everyone's just scared around him because they know if they say anything a little bit off at all, he's going to literally just off them. So, what's her name? Firecracker. So Homelander's talking to the whole table, and Firecracker literally comes out with this Bible that has like a little Homelander statue on it in the shape of like a cross. This is like stuff where I'm this like in this show. It makes sense because Homelander literally wants to be immortal, and he wants this respect of like Jesus or whatever, which he's never going to get from people. Like no one's going to ever give him that unless they're just terrified of him. But then Firecracker literally wants to earn his respect so much that she literally creates a Bible, and it has like they said it has like the Old Testament, New Testament, and then like a whole new section about what Homelander wants you to do and all this stuff. It's just crazy. And talking about how America's like God's country, and we in the real world know that's not true, and us as Christians know that like God is for all people, so and Jesus is for all people. So it's just like crazy to watch, but you can tell this man is literally criminally insane. Like he's insane. So he sees this Bible and he's like, wait a second, that's actually kind of a good idea. But I think Firecracker like is like conflicted about this because in the show she's supposed to be like a Christian or whatever, and she came from like a Catholic or Christian background, so she's like, I don't really know about this. So she like ends up delaying the production of this book, and I don't know how she got that past Homelander, but she's like, I just want to make this perfect for you, blah blah blah, because she's just trying to please him. And she ends up going to this like diner with her reverend or whatever, and they ended up talking about it. And then like she literally like backslaps the reverend, not in person but on national TV, saying that he was like a predator and all this stuff. And in this moment I was just like, okay, Firecracker, this might be like the last episode for her, and we're gonna get to what happens to her in the very end of this episode, this video, but we're gonna pass that off right now. So she ends up talking about her pastor and that or whatever, and just saying that Homelander is like the new God or whatever. It's just insane. So the biggest part of this episode that I really wanted to get into was Soldier Boy has been like sleeping with Firecracker, and he ends up telling Homelander like everything that happens. But the biggest part is Homelander and Soldier Boy end up going to this like mansion. What did I say it was? It says it's like a it's in Los Angeles, so LA, and it has all these famous people in there, and because they're trying to go find this dude named he's another speedster. What was his name? He's like, oh, Mr. Marathon, which is low key that's an epic name, Mr. Marathon. Like, come on, that's pretty sick. If I was like a super speedster, I would honestly I would love that name. Sorry, I had to get a sip in right there. But as we know, Mr. Marathon did lose a race to A-Train back in the day, but do you remember what was going on? Like A-Train like injected himself with Compound V before the race and like messed up his legs or whatever, but he still did win the race. I need to go rewatch that because I think that's the scene where like you see Homelander like up top in the crowd and Butcher is like looking up at him like that, and then Homelander's like, what are you doing, and all that stuff. So there's like a there's been a bunch of edits about that, but I digress. So, Homelander and Soldier Boy end up going to Los Angeles to find Mr. Marathon, and it is one of the most insane scenes because Mr. Marathon is talking to Soldier Boy on the side, and I don't know why Mr. Marathon thought that Homelander couldn't hear them talking, but they were basically just making fun of Homelander. And if you know anything about him, Homelander, he's literally deranged. He's not gonna take this as a joke or anything, so he literally walks up to Mr. Marathon and says, like, what did you say? Like he tried to do to the Deep that one time. Mr. Marathon is like, blah, 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 blah. And Soldier Boy's like, come on, can't you take a joke or whatever? And then one of the people in there, I forget his name, he comes up to Homelander and he breathes this, like, toxin into Homelander's face, and Homelander literally passes out. Just falls on the ground. So it's kind of crazy because literally the last 2 episodes of The Boys, Homelander has been basically beaten. Like, we've seen his weaknesses. He got locked inside of the like energy capsule thing or whatever, and he was like, he had scars all over his face and all that stuff. Yes, he did end up getting out, but he was beaten. He literally, this guy right here, beaten for quite a while. It took him a minute to get out of there. So, and then in this episode, we see him get incapacitated. Like, he literally passes out just from this guy's breath. So, I think they are definitely hinting that at the end of this series, the end of this show, this season, because this is the last one, Homelander is going to be dead. One way or another, I don't know how he's going to die. He's already been basically beaten twice, and it's just, I don't know. So, Homelander's passed out. Mr. Marathon and all the other people in there are like, Soldier Boy, just join us. Like, use your energy blast on Homelander. Like, he's a bad dude. And this part didn't really make sense to me because I was like, yeah, they should. This is like literally the perfect time to off Homelander. Like, they need to do this. Soldier Boy ends up making the stupidest decision ever, and he says, yes, he's really annoying, but he is my annoying kid, or whatever. And he just ends up, like, fighting the people in there, and it does show some cool scenes between, like, fight scenes between Soldier Boy and Mr. Marathon. Like, Soldier Boy is using, like, the people in the building to make Mr. Marathon run into them and explode. It's a pretty cool scene, but the whole thing could have been avoided because I know Soldier Boy is going to be against Homelander at the end of this, so I'm just like, bro, why didn't you just do it right there? But I know we got two more episodes left, or a couple more episodes, so it's fine. 5. So we have 5, and then 6, 7, 8. Is that it? Or is there 10? Is there only 3 more left? Insane. So, Soldier Boy ends up basically offing all the people in the building, and then he gets to Mr. Marathon. He pulls his foot off, and then pulls the other foot off, and then Homelander wakes up, smashes his head in. So now it's just Homelander and Soldier Boy back again, and they go back to Vought. I don't know. So listen, that happens. They go back to Vought, and then the ending. Let me see my notes here. They get back from Los Angeles, and I forgot the whole thing about the Deep and the Noir subplot thing. Okay. So that happens, and then on this other side, the Deep and Noir, Black Noir, the Deep is trying to figure out what Black Noir is doing behind the scenes, like what is he doing? He's literally ended up going to like an improv class with this dude that used to work at the Seven and make all the Seven movies and stuff. And basically what happens is the Deep ends up offing the instructor for Black Noir, and Black Noir ends up getting really mad. So I think Black Noir and the Deep are going to fight, I hope, and I hope Black Noir wins, because I don't know why the Deep is such a fan favorite. Like, he's such a terrible person, and I know everyone in this series is terrible, but the Deep, to me personally, I used to like him too, but he's a special kind of terrible. And a special kind of annoying. I just want to see him just be beaten by even Black Noir. Black Noir can literally fly. He said he could fly in this episode. That whole thing happens. But then, probably the most insane thing in the entire episode is when what's her name? Firecracker comes back to the Vought Tower. She's talking to Homelander, saying like blah blah blah, I'm with you, you're my, like, I worship you and all this stuff. And Homelander's like, oh, I don't believe that. He's like, why have you been getting with Soldier Boy, with Pillow Talk? And in this moment, he ends up taking the high ground for a moment, and he says, listen, just pack your things and leave. And I was like, okay, is she just going to quit and then go back to her Christian life and like redeem herself? But no, this girl doubles down and literally says, you are everything I want, Homelander. And at that moment, she literally had a free route out. I don't know why she didn't take it. I didn't think he was going to do this to her, because I thought he was going to be like, you know what? That's a pretty good speech. And I thought he was going to say, okay, you can stay around a little bit longer. But no. What he does, you know the little eagle hawk, or is it either like an eagle or hawker thing? He grabs her head and slams her into the thing, and she's gone. She's gone forever. I think I put a picture on the thumbnail of this, but it was like a obscure picture, so you couldn't tell what's going on. But it's not a pretty sight. And once again, Homelander shocks the internet. I was not expecting this. I thought it was going to be like she was going to get redeemed. But the sad thing is, even with all this background she had as a Catholic or Christian or whatever, in her last moments, she believed in the wrong thing. I thought in her last moments she was going to be like, you know what? Like, kind of like A-Train. You know what? I know I'm about to go, but I believe in the real, true God, not you, Homelander. And she didn't do that. She doubled down, so we all know what's going to happen to her when her spirit, goes away. It's just sad to see, because I thought she could have been a redeemable character, but I don't know. So that was a surprising moment for me. I was pretty shocked. But yeah, that's what happened. So, no more Firecracker. The deep in the war have some beef. Homelander and Homelander and Soldier Boy are seemingly good right now because Soldier Boy saved him. The boys, we didn't get much out of them this episode. We got a little bit from like Huey and all of them, but it's not really worth mentioning a lot. But that's pretty much it for this episode. And some final thoughts here. So I don't know how Homelander's going to explain what he did to Firecracker. I don't know if he has to. He probably doesn't have to. But I don't know. This is getting into territory where I'm like, I don't know if they're going to bring in the people from what's the show with the school people? I forget. What was that show called? You know the other show. I can't remember. You know the other TV show where they have the kids in the school. I don't know if they're going to bring those back or what. But it was a little bit of a weird episode, but a lot of important stuff did happen. But the biggest thing I'm taking away from this is that Homelander is still unstable, and he has literally been beaten twice in a row in 2 episodes in a row now. Do with that what you will, but that shows me that by the end of this series, he is going to be gone forever, which we all want. And if you don't want that, you're a freak. But that's about it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and comment down below your thoughts if I missed anything or just what you think about this episode, thought about this episode, about this video. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time.